everybody! Happy Easter! Today I'm going to be showing you guys how I painted the yellow one of these eggs. It was a lot of fun and I hope you guys enjoy it. I am going to start out by lightly sketching what I want to draw. This makes it a lot easier, even though this will all be covered up later with paint. It helps me get an idea of how I want it to look. This is a blown egg. I don't know if that's what it's called, but basically I removed all the insides. I was going to film that as well to show you guys how to do it, but actually I forgot to film it. So I feel like maybe if you looked it up, you'd probably be able to find a video on it. Basically you just poke two holes on either end, and then one of them, the one that goes on the bottom, needs to be slightly larger, so that all of the yolk and everything on the inside will come out of it. And then you like blow in the top hole and you just blow everything out, and then you have a hollow egg, and then you can keep it for a really long time. You don't have to throw it away. It's really fun. It would be fun to do like as a family, with kids, with friends. I actually did it with friends. Like this whole egg painting extravaganza was actually with some of my flatmates. Last year I was actually in America. I returned home because of the coronavirus, and so I got to spend Easter with my family. But this year I'm in Japan, I'm at the dormitory, and it's still COVID, so I decided to make a little Easter party with my flatmates, and we had a really nice time. We ate lots of snacks and we painted eggs, and it was a good time. So I guess we've made quite a bit of progress on that egg. Usually I start out with some of the lighter colors before getting into the darker tones. This just makes it easier, and it already adds a little bit of dimension. Oh, I haven't mentioned yet, I'm using acrylic paint, and that's basically it, acrylic paint on egg. So my whole plan for these eggs in general is I wanted to make three, one in red, one in yellow, and one in blue, each with different face expressions. So far I've only made red and this one right here, the yellow one, but it's already too late in the day to make blue, so I wonder if I'll get around to it. I might make it tomorrow, but I'm not sure yet. The first time I painted an egg was kind of a long time ago. There was this Fabergé egg exhibit at the De Young in San Francisco, and I remember I went there with my family, and I was like super inspired by it. So when I came home, and it was like, I want to make a Fabergé egg. I think it was also like around Easter, so it really just worked out perfectly, and my mother did all the research, and then she set it up for my sister and I, and we made these eggs, and it was so much fun. But for some reason we never actually did that again. It never became a tradition, so this year I really wanted to bring that back and introduce egg painting to some of my friends as well. And yes, it was so fun. I definitely think I want to do this next year and the year after that. How do you guys celebrate Easter, or do you celebrate Easter? I know that Easter is not like a super popular holiday worldwide like Christmas is, or even Halloween. Like, people in Japan generally don't celebrate Easter, and a lot of them don't really know what Easter is. But on the other hand, something like Christmas is huge, and Halloween is big. These sort of holidays, I think, I'm not really sure, I think to boost the economy, like a lot of shops are really pushing these holidays recently, and I love it. I mean, I think we should celebrate holidays more. It's an excuse to have a party, and it's an excuse to make lots of fun food and to do fun activities. So I'm all for holidays. Let's make more holidays. Okay, back to the egg. So I guess I've made a lot of progress now. I think that the hardest part about just in general painting the egg was using acrylic, because I don't think I'm very good at acrylic. I've mainly, like when it comes to painting, I mainly have used oils in the past, so I'm not really used to it drying so quickly. It's tough. Like, it doesn't really blend the way that I expect paint to blend, but at the same time it adds this sort of other quality. It really looks cool for like cartoons, and it just has a very nice, clean, crisp look to it. I thought it might be nice to add this little like thing around the edge. Oh, I don't even know what it would be called, but I kind of thought that that adding a border might help it from looking kind of awkward, you know, like faces on eggs. I don't know why, but it just has this sort of strange quality to it. It kind of looks like she's wearing like a little baby bonnet or something. That wasn't the intention, but that's okay. Baby bonnets are stylish. So yes, adding these little white details is like definitely one of my favorite parts. Oh yes, I'm also going to paint some flowers on the edges. So I like to start with painting just like basic, sort of messy splotches of paint. Those are going to be the petals. And then I add in the details after that. So as you can see, just adding them in. And those little splotches all of a sudden start looking like flowers. And this way it makes painting flowers super easy, so that's why I do it that way. And here you're adding on the stems. These are actually some flowers that are in front of me. I'm using like real life flowers. They just happen to be on a vase on the table, and I was thinking, oh, you know what? I want to paint those flowers. Oh yes! Now we're moving on to the other side. We're doing the sleeping face. So one side is like the awake face, and the other side is the sleeping face. I mainly kind of came to this idea of having two faces because I didn't know what to put on the other side, and I was thinking about it and was like, what could I put on the other side that would look good? I'm not really like that strong at designs in general, and I was like, oh, I could put another face. And that solved the whole problem. But then there's also the challenge of making it the right size and the right look, like so that it matches the front side. And I don't know if I really quite succeeded in that. They look quite different, as you'll kind of see later on when I show both sides. Oh, there you go. You kind of see. They don't look the same. But that's okay, because you can really only see one side at a time, so that's okay. For some reason, I always find that the second side takes less time. But on this one, I felt like, even though I wasn't really, like, it took a while for me to get it to a point that I was happy with, and I kind of kept on changing stuff. But it still took a lot less time than that front side. Maybe because the eyes are closed, or maybe because I might be starting to get tired and so if I move faster. I don't know, it always seems like that. Or maybe it's kind of like, you know when you walk somewhere and then when you walk back it feels shorter because your brain has already like taken in that information, and so it doesn't need to process it so much, and that's why the time like feels shorter. Maybe it's the same sort of thing, except it's just because you're kind of painting the same face again. It's hard to say. It's really hard to say. So on this side, the flowers are actually little buds instead of the fully bloomed flowers like on the front. I was thinking because our little face on the front is sleeping, then the flowers could be sleeping too. And now the very final step, which is just adding a little bit of clear nail polish on the parts that I want to have a little bit of a shine, and then we're basically done. And there we go. Thank you for watching this video, and hope you guys are staying safe. Happy Easter!